Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. This is Cozy Witchling, and today we are going to be taking a look at a change that is coming into your finances and career. So if you're new to pick a card reading, this is basically what you're going to do. We have 3 groups to choose from today. We have group number 1 with the amethyst, group number 2 with the pyrite, and group number 3 with the rose quartz. You are going to focus on these groups and see which group is calling out to you. You can pause the video if you need to, but once you are ready, you can go to the timestamps down below in the description box and click on that, and that is going to be your reading for today. So without further ado, I will see you for your reading. Bye! Hey group ones, if you guys have chosen the amethyst stone, this is going to be your reading all about the change or changes that are coming into your finances or career. So I had intended this reading to focus on your work, your career, but it could be in terms of money that's coming in, or it could also be the relationship or dynamics that are changing in your career. So without further ado, let's get right into your reading, and we are going to start off with the oracle card. So I have chosen some oracle cards for you guys, and we are going to start out with the first one, and you guys have Cardinal with instigation, bravery, a pioneering spirit. So cardinal signs we have Aries, Cancer, Libra, or Capricorn. So those could be your sign or signs of people that could be significant to you. Let me dim my light a little bit. Alright. Okay, now you can see better. Alright, and then moving on, we have the Well Maidens. Kindness, respect, reverence, compassion. Alrighty. And then from your Awake in a Wisdom card, you guys have Shine On. I'm kind of seeing a theme of like something being lit up or letting your light shine, with this like match with the lights that are coming out of the Well Maiden's hands with the card Shine On. And then from our tea leaf oracle cards, you guys have X, forces working against you. All right. You have Parrot, someone will gossip about all your secrets. And then you guys have Whale, great worry over nothing. All right, let's see what Spirit is trying to tell us today with these cards. That's also a final card that I have picked out for you guys, and this is the Money Spells card. And we're gonna leave this at the end of your reading because I kind of wanted it as like an advice or a little tip for you to boost your finances or whatever Spirit is guiding you to do. So let's put that aside. So starting out with the oracle cards that you guys have, what I'm seeing is I feel like whenever you're watching this, I would say in the near future, right? Or like around the corner. All right, that was a really loud motorbike. But around the corner of your career and finances, I feel like you guys are going to have to face kind of like a difficult situation with regards to the people that you work together with. What I'm seeing, especially with these tea leaf cards, with the forces working against you, gossiping, and having great worry, it could be that you might have people that you work with just giving you a hard time. You could also be experiencing kind of like a gossipy energy or people talking about you behind your back. But what I am seeing is that I think like the strong message that is coming out is that you're not doing anything wrong. Like they're talking about you not because you're doing something that you shouldn't be doing, or you're breaking the rules, or that like you're not doing good at your job. It's really because of the opposite reason. Group number one, I think with you guys choosing the amethyst as well, I feel like you guys are connected to your path, right? I feel like whatever you're working on, your heart is in the right place, and intuitively you're doing what you know is good for everybody. And so that is making you glow, and that's making you shine, because you are acting in your truth and your authenticity. I struggle saying that word. In your truth and your authenticity. So that is kind of like putting a spotlight on you, and it's making the people around you feel kind of jealous, right? Because they might not necessarily be floating along like their career life in such ease that you are, and maybe their flames are not burning as bright as yours. So like my mother, Taylor Swift, would say, people throw rocks at things that shine. And that's exactly what these people are doing. They're throwing rocks at you because you're shining so bright. And what Spirit is saying is literally shine on. Like, keep shining bright. Don't dim your light so that other people, you know, can see better, right? Like, if you're shining so brightly, they can put on sunglasses. They'll be okay. Do not dim your light to fit in. Do not dim your light to please other people, because at the end of the day, like, you have to be true to yourself, right? Okay, I would say that dealing with situations like this does take bravery, because a lot of the time when we're having a difficult relationship or difficult situation with the people that we constantly have to work with or have to see and spend like 8 to 9 hours every single day talking to and being around, it can be very difficult. And you know, your boundaries can get broken down really easily. You could just give in, or worse, like you wouldn't want to deal with them, so then you'll end up like switching jobs or switching careers. And Spirit is saying to hang in there, because this is just a little phase in your life. It's not even like a long phase. It's not even a season. I'm just seeing this as like a weather phenomena. Like, it will pass as quickly as it came about. And a little advice that I'm getting for you in how to make it pass faster, or in dealing with difficult relationships like that, is that you really just need to have a big heart. And what I mean by this is, if someone is treating you really badly, it's so human and so natural for us to be upset. And you know, you're gonna think of like 1,000 things in your mind saying, oh, I'll show them, or I'm gonna talk to my manager and like complain about them and stuff like that. But that is going to just make the situation worse than it has to be. So what Spirit is advising is to have a bigger heart, where you're just like, you know what? Maybe they're having a bad day. Whatever they say about me, if it's constructive criticism or something that you can take to improve yourself upon, right? Like, no matter how muddled or messy the way they communicate it could be, there is some kind of constructive criticism that you can take from people having nasty comments or saying bad things about you. And if there's no constructive criticism, and it's just literally just gossip that is not going to help you improve yourself in any way, think of it as you just being trained, or you know, feeling like being prepared to harden your shells, like to make your skin thicker, so that whatever they say or however they might treat you for the day is not going to affect your work day. And yes, back to the point of having compassion and like having a big heart. It's so difficult, but I believe that group number one, like you guys have the strength to do it. If you don't, like the advice wouldn't even be here, but spirit or the universe or God believes in your ability to show love and compassion to the people that are not necessarily nice to you, right? Because it's so easy to show love and compassion to people that are nice to you. That's like easy peasy. Anyone can do that. But the true test is when people are being really mean to you, people are just getting on your nerve, and you just, like, just treat them nicely anyway. We're not talking about bending over backwards or being a doormat, not anything like that. But there are some comments that you can just let it come in through one ear and out the other. You don't have to take it to heart because it's not anything about you, group number one. It really isn't. It speaks more about that person saying all these nasty things about you than of yourself. So you don't have to internalize any of their comments. And if you don't internalize the comments, then that person is just a person. That person is just another coworker. And you can treat them like how you would treat any other coworker. Just because they're being bad to you or they're being nasty to you, you don't have to get down to their level and gossip about them behind their back or make their life harder. You can be the bigger person, right? You can show them how to treat other people with kindness, and I believe that you are capable of this, group number one. And if you keep doing this, or if you choose this path to be the bigger person, then you are going to bring about a lot more abundance in your career. So this is one of that obstacle that you are going to have to change so that you open the door for more financial abundance to flow into your life. So, think of it as like possibly you having this good attitude and not letting the things that happen in your day-to-day work life affect you. Maybe your manager or your boss might take note of that and they might give you a raise or promote you to like a more senior position and stuff like that because of your attitude, right? So if this is something that is already going on and is something that is has been on your mind lately, Spirit is saying to not worry, because honestly, this is just a phase and this too shall pass. All right, so now we are going to get into the tarot to see if Spirit has any advice regarding this situation. So this financial change, career situation that we are talking about, Spirit, what advice do you have? I know that they've already given us advice. Let's see. Actually, no, I changed my mind. All right, let's do this. What is going to happen? Can we have a little sneak peek on what's going to happen for group number one when they follow this path of being the bigger person? So we have my cards up. I can never like space them out well. All right, so you have the Five of Cups, and what else do we have? All right, Spirit, what is going to happen? The Ace of Cups. Okay. What's going to happen when group number one continues on this path of being the bigger person? Oh, that's way too many cards. Let's take these that wanted to go into my arms. So we have 5 cards. All right. Let's see. I do want to get clarifiers. I need to rearrange this whole thing. I didn't really plan this through very well. All right. Let me move these bad boys in a spot that is going to serve us better. All right. This should work. Let's stack them. There we go. Okie dokes. Alright, that gives us space for our tarot cards. So you have the Five of Cups, Ace of Cups, you have the Page of Swords, the Sun, and the Hanged Man. Alrighty, Spirit, could we clarify the Five of Cups, please? Why is the Five of Cups here? Why is the Five of Cups here, Spirit? You have the Eight of Coins. Okay. Alright, and then why is the Ace of Cups here? You have the Two of Swords. Alright. And why is the Page of Swords here? Why is the Page of Swords here? Alrighty, you have the Two of Coins. And why is the Sun here? You have the Seven of Swords. Okay. And why is the Hanged Man here? You have the Queen of Cups. Okay, let's see what this is all about. Alright, group 1. So, your tarot cards. So, I'm not gonna lie to you. When I was pulling out these cards, and trying to understand what Spirit was trying to tell us and everything, I got really exhausted, and nothing was making sense in my head, and I was just like, what the heck are these cards? There's so much going on. And even though they're cards that I see all the time, I'm just like, I cannot. Like, I was so overwhelmed, and I kind of just got the feeling that that is kind of what you guys are going through right now. Like, you guys are going through this just like exhaustion of not just having to deal with your career, but having to deal with crappy people that just doesn't make your day better. Like, I mean, you're there working, you know, doing your best, trying to survive out here, trying to pay your taxes. And then these people just like can't make your day easier. And I empathize. Group number 1, like I just hope that you guys are doing some self-care when you come home. You know, whatever happens in your 9 to 5 stays in your 9 to 5 or wherever you work. You know, it's good to have a boundary of like that. Like, work is work, me time is me time, and not to commingle and bring these emotions into each other, if that makes sense. But going into your cards, we have starting out. So, okay, these cards were supposed to tell us what's gonna happen if you chooses this path of being the bigger person. And I feel like Spirit is not really giving us too much of a detail. Like, basically what the cards are saying is just kind of things that we've already touched upon in the oracle cards. So from that alone, I'm getting the impression that you guys really do need to focus on being the bigger person first, on not letting these things affect you first. So starting out with the Five of Cups that is being clarified by the Eight of Coins. Initially, when you start being the bigger person, it's not going to be like a fix-all, like miracle cure where you're like, I'm a bigger person and now I am happy and everything is perfect and every day is beautiful and we're all friends now singing kumbaya. Like, it's not gonna be like that. You are going to feel like you work so hard and there's so much effort put in. Maybe you've tried to build on these friendships, you know, with the co-workers, and you're just like, what the heck? Like, we used to go out, we used to have fun together, and now like you're talking crap about me behind my back. Like, that's not cool. And like that being clarified by the 8 of Coins, it really is because like you're working so hard at wherever you're working, like wherever you're at, you're putting in so much effort that you feel this loss more than you kind of think that you should, if that makes sense. Like you're feeling this tremendous amount of spilled milk or loss or like effort put in but no harvest kind of thing because of the amount of effort that you've put into wherever you're working at, right? So Spirit is saying that, yeah, you're gonna be the bigger person, but that feeling starting out is going to be there still. Keep going because progressively it does get better. Soon you'll start to realize that there is a path that you can take with the Two of Swords, right? You can either let other people fill the cup for you, let other people affect your day-to-day life, or how you could let other people affect your mood, or you could fill your own cup and not have to worry about how anyone else is going to treat you that day, right? If the only I think that's the word. If the only determining factor of whether your day is going to go well or not is you, then it doesn't matter what happens at your workplace or anywhere else. It doesn't matter what happens because you control your own emotions and you control how your day is going to be. And I think that is the decision that you're coming to with the Two of Swords. That's always a choice. There are always different paths and different perspectives that you can take. And you're going to learn to take the one that fills your own cup for you. Not only that, with the Page of Swords, like you're also going to learn to become sharper in terms of like, okay, how should I behave with certain people? How do I say things, or what should I watch, and like how should I learn to interact with them? Like I said, again, this is not people pleasing. You're not bending over backwards to please someone else, but there is a particular way that you can talk to certain people. Like certain people like to be talked to very sweetly, even if you have constructive criticisms to give them. You can do so in like a sweet, like gentler way. And then some people just like you to tell them frankly, don't beat around the bush. So you are going to figure out the balance between getting your point across, not taking anyone's BS, and like when you're right, you're standing your own ground, but also communicating it in a diplomatic way that like if someone hears it, even though you might not be agreeing with them, right? It could be a situation where you're disagreeing with what they're saying, but you have learned to communicate in such a way that they listen to you and they go, okay, well, I see your point. Yeah, you could be right. And they will be able to take your either your criticism or your rejection a lot better. So really, like, you are going to, being the page as well, you're starting to learn how to communicate way better in your workplace. And then moving on to the sun energy, I mean, eventually, like ending with the major arcanas with the sun and the hanged man especially, I just feel like this change is going to transform you to where you are just going to enjoy your time a little more. It could even be that these people might start being nicer to you, right? They would see you in like a different perspective. Yeah, with the hanged man energy, I'm seeing this as their energy now, where they see you from a different perspective and they have realized the sacrifices that you've made, or they've realized the compassion that you've given. Even though the situation that you were in might not have been the best or the nicest, even though there might have been some backstabbing going on, they've realized that you're not the kind of person that is going to get sucked into their drama, and they have, yeah, like they see you from a different light now. Like this light bulb just goes in, you know, goes off in their head. Okay, bottom of the deck energy, sorry, I just like flipped it and I saw it, and I feel like this is so relevant with the Six of Wands, is that you're going to be victorious. Whatever that's going on in your finances right now, in your career, you are going to be victorious with the storm that's coming out, and you are going to change the way people view you. They are going to really like see your value and see like the reason why you are who you, like, you know, you're in that position. And like I was saying about your possible job promotion, you're going to get that, and these people are not going to think like, "Ah, why did group number one even get that promotion? They don't even deserve it." Even though maybe initially at the start they might say it, but they're going to end up understanding that you're deserving of it because of the kind of person that you are, because you're able to give compassion even when times are difficult, even when people are being difficult. And you know, they're going to learn how to be adaptable like you. And then with the Page of Cups coming out, I even see like potentially, you know, them changing the way that they feel about you with the Page of Cups. Like they will finally, like, everyone will start being on the same team with all these animals facing the same way and rolling with the tide. I'm just seeing this as like every one of you is going to be going in the same direction. Like there will be no more conflicts. Like you guys would finally understand each other. And honestly, you know, we spent what, 40 hours a week working, and that's like a lot of time to spend with a bunch of people. That's gonna, you know, be difficult if like you guys don't get along. So like I just feel that, yeah, like you guys are gonna, you know, your workplace environment or your career is just going to be a nicer place for you to be in. All right, but I'm not really satisfied with this because we are talking about finances and career. Like, yeah, sure, you know, if you put in so much work to be the bigger person, like that's not an easy thing to do. And obviously people are going to treat you better afterwards, after all the effort that you put in through. But what else, Spirit? What else is there? You know, is there any kind of like material gain that's going to happen to group number one? Because I mean, come on, they work so hard. All right, let's see what Spirit has. The Moon. I'm sorry, I tried. I really wanted to see if like we're able to get like an extra sort of card to see any kind of like financial blessing, like a material blessing, a pay raise perhaps that might come in after all this work that you've been through. But we're not getting any spoilers today. So yeah, like I'm gonna, whenever I try to like dig in a little deeper and Spirit sends me like the Moon card, I'm just like, all right, I'll stop snooping. I know when to stop. I know the limit. So I think right now, group number one's like, you really just need to focus on being the bigger person. I think if there's any silver lining to this reading, is that when you're going through a difficult, exhausting, just I cannot deal with these people anymore kind of days, remember that this is the process that you're meant to go through, right? Anytime you are having these kind of thoughts in your mind, tell yourself like, oh, another tough day with these people, like these people making my life more difficult than it has to be. It means I'm on the right track. It means that every obstacle that they're throwing at me is another chance for me to grow and be a bigger person and become stronger and to evolve, right? Because if they don't throw anything at you, everything is easy going, you're never going to grow. So if you never bleed, you're never going to grow. Yeah, I think so. Okay, so we're gonna end off with the final card, which is the Money Spell. And this is also really interesting, so I'm gonna put it closer to you guys so you can see. But usually with these cards, there's like more practical things that you could do, like, you know, setting up some altar, making some tea, some crystals that will bring in the magic. But for you guys, group 1, you guys have a spell for wealth. On any Thursday or on the new moon, light your altar candle at midnight and burn frankincense, and I am not going to pronounce that word, incense. Anoint your third eye with essential oil and pray aloud. This offering I make as my blessing to all, greatest of gods, Lord Jove of the sky, is that how you say it? From you all heavenly gifts do fall, most generous of all, you never deny. To you I am grateful, so mote it be. So I feel like you can say this spell out if you like, but a message that I'm getting just from this card alone is that you just need to let this situation ride out. Like there's not much you can do. Like how there's not much you need to do with this card. Like there's really not much you can do about this situation other than be the bigger person. Like you cannot change these people, but you can definitely change yourself. You can definitely change how you choose to think, and you can definitely change what you choose to let affect you in your day-to-day lives. So yeah, group number 1, that is what I'm seeing for the change that is coming into your finances and career. I really do wish you the best of luck on your journey. It might not be a very easy one, but I do believe that at the end of it, you guys are going to be such a different person that you're going to be thankful for this event even happening in your life. And yeah, thank you so much for letting me tap into your energy to do this reading for you. And if you had found this reading helpful, if you resonated with it, you can leave me a like. You can also leave a comment down below because I would love to read them. And if you haven't done so already, you can subscribe to my channel because that's going to really help me out. And I am sending you lots of love. And even though Spirit might not have said anything, I am sending you guys lots of financial blessing. I hope you guys get really big money bags, and I'm sending your loved ones, your family, your spiritual team lots and lots of love no matter where they may be, and I really hope to see you guys in the next video. Bye. Hi group 2s, if you guys have chosen this beautiful big boy pyrite, this is going to be a reading all about the next change that is happening in your career and finances. So we're going to start out with looking at the oracle cards, and then we are going to get into the tarot for more detail. So starting out with the astrology card, you guys have Jupiter with grow and expand. So Jupiter is the energy of higher mindset, higher thinking. It's also the energy of luck. So I think what's coming into your career and finances, or the change that is happening, is that you might be getting inspirational downloads, or you might be getting new ideas that are going to expand either the capacity of work you can do, or expand your knowledge on the work that you are exposed to and that you are able to do. Jupiter is also a planet of good luck. So usually when this comes out in a reading, this area of your life is receiving an enormous amount of luck. So I foresee that abundance is coming in and it's on its way to you. Next, you guys have the water oracle. Psychic abilities, acting on visions is destined. So definitely something that is coming in, it's going to come in through your intuitive downloads. And what I'm seeing is that, like, it is something that you were put on this planet to do. So it is going to be something inspiring for you and could potentially become your lifelong career, or something that you build upon and you continue to work on for the rest of your life. You know, it's going to be, yeah, it's not going to be like a short career where you stay for 2 years and then you change. It's going to be your lifelong passion that is going to bring about a lot of abundance. And I think Spirit is saying that you are going to get this path, or you're going to be on this path through your dreams or sudden inspirations that you're going to receive in your life. If you're already on this path, then you are going to get more messages when you are in your subconscious mind. So really, like when you're dreaming and, you know, going through, I would say, your day-to-day life, where you're going to get more ideas on how to grow in this passionate area of your life. And then you guys have the ceremony card. So with this card, it is talking about taking your time out of your routine to like sort of celebrate. So I think that one way you could get connected and one way you could get more guidance to, you know, figuring out the path that is good for you, right? Or like the next step that you need to take is to slow down your day-to-day things that you're doing. So like your day-to-day routine, to slow it down, and maybe even like romanticize some parts of the routine that you're doing. So, you know, when we start having a routine and start to do things every single day, sometimes you tend to get lost in the monotony of the activity or the action, and it's sort of just like passes you by, instead of you really cherishing in the moment and appreciating what you're doing, appreciating it for yourself or for the people around you, and really being grateful for whatever routine it is that you are doing that day. So what Spirit is saying is to be more mindful with your day-to-day activities, and it is in these calm, mindful, like when you're re-centered to into the moment, that is when your next inspiration is going to come in. And this next inspiration is important because this is going to bring about so much abundance for you, especially with the pyrite. I always see this stone as like a big chunk of gold, and it's really one of my favorite stones that I have, like my favorite crystals. I think it's beautiful, and it's just, yeah. And we're gonna go into the tea leaf oracles now to see what you guys have. You have boot. Increase your efforts if you want to achieve your goals. So I do see that it is something you might have to work towards, but it's not going to be like you know, like you're not gonna be having a really heavy burden, or you're not gonna have to work extremely like too hard at it, but you do have to increase your efforts a little bit. And then you have coins. What did I say? Money will be coming to you. So with Jupiter and coins, I really do think that your luck is changing, and I think that abundance is coming into your life. Group number 2s with your pyrite stone as well. So money is coming in, but you do have to do a little bit of work for this money to come in. You know, like if you're expecting a gift, you'll have to open the door, get the present, unwrap the present for you to get to what the gift is. So you do have to do a little bit of work, but that is okay because you're gonna get the gift anyway. It's coming to you. So put in the effort to get that gift. And then you guys have forest. It says muddled, unclear thinking. So I'm seeing two messages from this forest card. First of all, whenever I see trees or greenery or an abundance, like a forest, you know, like where there are a lot of trees and it's very luscious, I always think of them as money, because in America the dollars are green. So like usually green just to me reminds me of money. So I see this as a lot of money that's coming in, but first you do have to clear your mind. And like the ceremony card was trying to tell us that you'll have to be in that moment to get a clear idea of what it is that you need to do next, the next step that you'll have to do. So yeah, I think the oracle cards are pretty much like talking about the same thing, and they're on the same page. So your message is pretty clear, group number 2. It's like something that's meant for you, like an inspiration, an inspirational hit is on its way, and you'll need to be ready to receive it. And the way you prime yourself to receive this inspiration is to be in the moment as much as possible. And in one of these moments, that's when you're going to get this next big inspirational hit. All right. We do have one more oracle card, but I am going to leave this card for the end of the reading. And now we're going to get into the tarot cards. So with the tarot cards, we are going to take a look at, I think for you guys, I'm going to take a look at the next steps that you'll need to take, right? Like, what are the concrete actions? What are the concrete steps for you to take? What actions should you take to help this inspiration flow in? So I do this a little bit differently for different groups, so it really depends on what the oracle cards are saying in each of the groups. But for you guys, let's go with the next steps that you'll have to take. So you have 7 of Wands. All right. And then Spirit, what are the next steps that group number 2 should take to receive this inspiration or receive this download for their next step in their career? That's way too many. I'm gonna take this one. You guys have the Queen of Swords. All right, let's also take these two. It seems like they're coming out. You have the Page of Cups. All right, the 6 of Wands. Let's see, you can move over. We're gonna take one more card because I want to do 5 cards for each of the groups. All right, can we do one more, Spirit? Oh, let's take this one. You have the 7 of Cups. All right, and then now we're gonna clarify. So Spirit, can you please clarify the 7 of Wands? What are we talking about for the 7 of Wands? You'll have the Fool. Okay, and Spirit, can you please clarify? It bothers me when my cards doesn't look straight. All right, can you please clarify the Queen of Swords, Spirit? I think this one wants to come out. You have the 9 of Coins. Okay, and then clarifying the Page of Cups, you have the Ace of Swords. Clarifying the 6 of Wands, Spirit, you have the 10 of Wands. Okay, and then clarifying the 7 of Cups. Can we please clarify? Oh, you have the King of Cups. All right, so I am seeing a lot of Wands and Cup energy, and what I'm getting from that is that whatever that is supposed to come into your life and have the inspirational change, or the I guess the inspired action for you guys, bottom of the deck energy, you have the 3 of Wands. But so it really is something that you're very passionate about. The Wand energy talks about fire, flame, passion. And with the Cup energy, it's also about emotions and intuition. So it's something intuitively passionate for you. Think things like you've always wanted to do when you were younger. We're very we very easily sort of disregard whatever we used to dream about when we were younger. For example, let's say when you were younger, you wanted to be an astronaut, or you wanted to be a doctor, or you wanted to be like a scientist, right? And then as we grow older, we tell ourselves that, oh, that's not practical. Like, not everyone can be a scientist. It's such a generic thing. Like, what am like, what am I a scientist for? I'm just gonna work at Arby's or something like that. Like, we disregard our childhood dreams quite a bit, but Spirit is saying that it might do us some good to think back on what we wanted to do as a child, like what our dream was, what we innately wanted. And then you'll end up coming to like a career, right? Let's say astronaut. And then ask yourself, why did I want to be an astronaut? Like, it might not be actually possible for you to become an astronaut in this day and age, but the root of that desire is that maybe you wanted to explore the unknown, you wanted to create something from the unknown, or maybe you wanted to learn more about space and stars. So maybe you could ask yourself, like, maybe is astrology what I'm interested in? Am I drawn to the stars? So like, am I drawn to how people used to learn from the star? Do I want to do something that is more historical learning? Like, what am I passionate about? So go back to the root of how your dreams were when you were a child, and that is where you'll be able to find what you are innately passionate about. So starting with the Seven of Wands being clarified by the Fool, is that when you do get this inspired action, right, you are going to have to really you have to take that leap of faith with the Fool card and believe in yourself. So Seven of Wands is talking about like guarded energy, sort of fending for yourself kind of thing. But with these two cards coming together, it's really to believe in your ability to make a change and believe in your ability to create something new and venture on a new journey. Like, you wouldn't be receiving these inspirations for no reason. You receive these inspirations because you have the ability to execute them. So you'll have to have that faith and self-worth and self-love. So an action that you could do, and as I look up, I see 1515. So repeated numbers usually signifies a message that is very important. And what I was about to say was that Spirit is saying focus on self-care, and also really like being in a moment when you're doing anything that is self-care. All right, and then with the Queen of Swords, clarified by the Nine of Coins, is that Nine of Coins to me talk about, or it shows me somebody who is destined for luxury, or someone who has built on these skills. So like the suit of Pentacles, is talking about materialism, but it's also talking about like building on an ability or a skill or mastering something. By the time we reach Nine of Coins, you're already almost at the completion stage. So I think this path or this change in your career that you're doing, you're not going to start from ground zero. I think it is going to incorporate a lot of the skills or knowledge or understanding that you already have. And with the Queen of Swords energy, it is to believe. It's also about confidence, because queens, or like the Queen and King cards, talks about stature or having the confidence in yourself. So you have to have confidence in yourself and your ability to execute these actions or the plans, or or to be able to communicate clearly to the people that you'll have to work with. So Spirit is saying that you have the knowledge and the skill, and you will have to believe in yourself and be in this queen energy of being able to communicate it clearly and executing it cleanly. And then with the Page of Cups and the Ace of Swords, I feel like, what is this talking about in terms of the next action that you'll have to take? Oh, okay, I see. I think these 4 cards kind of come into play as like a balance, right? So you have the practical skills and the ability to execute whatever change or whatever like action that Spirit is encouraging you to take. But with the Page of Cups and the Ace of Swords energy, it's also like you'll have to find the balance of having that childlike wonder too. Sometimes, especially when it comes to career, it can be very cut like and dry, and it could really suck out the enjoyment of doing something, right? Even if it's something you're passionate about, when you get too deep into the nitty gritty of the financial aspects of things, you can lose that childlike wonder. And Spirit is saying that even when you're trying to execute all these ideas and these new downloads, to continue to have that childlike wonder of like, oh, like I just had a great new inspiration, how marvelous, and have that emotion to it too. Don't just get lost in the logical material realm of things. So Spirit is saying if you put in the emotion and the love behind the things that you are starting out, it's going to bring you a lot further. And with the 6 of Wands being clarified by the 10 of Wands, I feel like even though it might seem like there is actually a lot on your plate, right? You'll have to, like with the Boot card, there is work that you'll have to do. Like, it's not going to be an easy journey, but you are going to be victorious. And not only that, like, people are going to look at you and they're going to be mesmerized by how effortless you make it look. Have you ever seen those people who are working out and like they're working out like crazy, but they just look so chill and it just like it's so calm looking for them, but you're just like, how do you look so effortless and work out so much at the same time? It's that kind of energy. So like people are gonna look at you and be like, how do you make or juggle all these things and still make it seem so effortless, so as a next step, like Spirit is saying, breathe through that process of taking it slow, and also like not trying to do 10 things all at once, but slowly building up on it, and you will be victorious in juggling all these responsibilities. Take it one step at a time, really. Like don't take on all the change all at once. And then with the 7 of Cups being clarified by the King of Cups, I feel like this is talking. Ooh, you know what? Okay, so I know that there are like typical meanings for the 7 of Cups, but what I'm really seeing with this card, and also something that came to my mind as I was looking at this card, is that I have recently heard that a millionaire usually, or millionaires usually have 7 different streams of income. And I think group number 2, that is where you are being asked to proceed. Like, think of different streams of income. Have like this brainstorming session with yourself, or maybe with your friends or family members, people who know you, and come up with 7 different ways that you could potentially generate income, be it passively or actively, right? And then what's important when you are doing this action is to find things that emotionally fulfills you. So, we can find 7 different methods of making money, but if it's something that is not being supported emotionally or intuitively, then it's not something that is going to work, right? It's not something that you're gonna stick to. So find these 7 methods, but make sure that there's something that you really, really love doing or something that you've always enjoyed. Yeah, so with the 3 of Wands at the bottom of the deck energy, I really think that you guys are venturing into a new era of your life. And this new era is gonna bring in a lot of luck and a lot of financial abundance. Yeah, so now we are going to end off your reading with this card, and I'm gonna bring it closer to you just in case you want to pause the video and try this out. But this is a spell card. You don't necessarily have to try out the spells that are written in here, but this card says minting money. Take a few sprigs of mint and put them in a teapot. Boil water for tea and pour over the mint in the teapot. Chant this charm. By my hand with this healthful balm, blessed mint, most bounteous herb, bring me health and heart and calm, abundance I shall see by every deed and verb, and so it is. Breathe in the scented steam from the teapot and fill your lungs with the smell of prosperity. Repeat the spell once more. Then leave the pot on your altar for 24 hours, a full sun and moon period. You will begin to see signs of your wealth increasing within 1 week. So you can try this out, group number 2s, if you would like. But with this as well, this is just further clarifying the fact that your finances are going to increase for you, group number 2, and that is very, very exciting to see in a financial and career reading. Congratulations. And that is all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for sitting with me and letting me do this reading for you. Thank you so much to your spirit guides for allowing me to tap into the energy and for letting the messages flow through me. And I am sending you lots of love and sending your family, your loved ones, your spirit guides lots and lots of love no matter where they may be. And if you had found this video helpful or resonated with it, give me a like. You can also leave me a comment or subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. And I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye! Hi group 3s! If you guys have chosen this adorable little rose quartz, this is going to be a reading all about the next change that is coming into your career and finances. So we're going to start out with the oracle cards that I've already picked out for you, and then we're going to go into the tarot for more clarification. So starting out with the astrology card, you guys have house 9 with spiritual growth. Sagittarius could be significant because that is the natural house or natural sign of this house. And then you guys also have house 10 with structure, discipline, life mission, accomplishments, and career. So we are talking about something that you have sort of a career that is the love child or the byproduct of whatever you have gone through in your past, be it your childhood, I would say your childhood, or a career that you have decided upon due to the circumstances of your family. So this message is relating to something about family. You guys also have she who flows, ease, being open to change, go with the flow of life. And then this card, you guys have the Merkaba. So the Merkaba is kind of like a light, or like a being of light, or a light portal. And it's also the trinity of body, mind, and spirit. So I think spirit is also reminding us to be connected to the source and always remember that we are beings of light. And with your tea leaf cards, you guys have boat, money or property through an inheritance, winning or windfall. So yeah, like I'm really seeing some kind of like familial or family, relative, some kind of those family energy is at play, and that's going to bring about like an abundance in your career. You guys have unicorn. Use your intuition to make beneficial changes. And you guys also have crown. Honor and respect will come to you. So, all right. I'm gonna change my camera battery out and I'll be right back. Alright, so we have one final oracle card, and this is the money spells card, and I'm gonna leave this for the end of the reading because I want to end off with a spell from here that you can choose to do or not do. But going right into your oracle cards, group number 3, one thing that I am seeing is that this is a time of change for you. Not only like is it going to be a change in your career, but it's also kind of going to be change in the sense that you're going to have to go through quite a bit of growing pains. So what I mean by this is that there are things that you have had to deal with, or things that you might have picked up from your childhood that is not going to be serving you anymore. So think of like your money beliefs, right? How you think, how easily or how difficult you think it is to get money, or what your beliefs are with regards to like career or building a legacy. With the 10th house, I'm also seeing that, you know, the 10th house is right above our 4th house, and the 4th house talks about family. So it really is things that you have learned and the hardships that you've gone through from your childhood, your familial wounds, that have brought you to that 10th house where you have gotten the lessons and learned the lessons that you would have learned and established that accomplishment, or that life mission, or that career. So you're not going to get to your ultimate 10th house without going through and working through whatever beliefs that you might have had rooted in yourself when you were a kid, if that makes sense. So what spirit is encouraging you to do, with ease, being open to change, go with the flow of life, is that they want you to go back and look back on your money beliefs. Yes, money beliefs. Let's stick to that, because I really think that they want, the focus is about money, you know, the prosperity, the crown. I see a lot of gold coming in. Is to go back and ask yourself or do exercises on what your beliefs are surrounding money. We very easily give off comments without even like really thinking about it, saying things like, oh, money is the root of all problems, or money is evil, dirty money, you know, little comments like that. And sometimes you say it so naturally that you don't even stop to think like, wait, where did that belief come from? Most often than not, it does come from whatever you were exposed to, or whatever that was repeated to you when you were a child. An example I can give is that when I was growing up, my mother would always say that oh, like once you get money, like there's always reasons to lose it. And surely whatever she believed in does happen, because whenever she get any kind of money, there's always one reason or another that she has to spend it. And she always focused on that belief of like, if I get money, I'm gonna lose it. Something's gonna happen where I'm going to have to lose it. So that's one example I can give, but I'm pretty sure everybody, like every one of us, has like a different example when it comes to our relationship with money that is really not serving us in our current reality when we're trying to manifest more of it, right? So you're being asked to do this uncomfortable task of going into your childhood and really thinking through your relationship with money, the good and the bad. Get a paper, a notebook, write it down. Write down all your thoughts on money without any judgment, and then take a look at it and work on it. It's not going to be an immediate change. You'll have to keep repeating yourself. Affirmations would be very helpful, but you'll have to keep repeating yourself until your belief on that money changes. And once you are able to restructure your mind and reprogram your mind, then that is where the abundance is going to come in. And as you are going through this process and going through this journey, like, okay, using your intuition to make beneficial changes, that's exactly what we were talking about. Going back and thinking and see what change you can make to the way you think to improve your relationship with money. But also remembering that, like, you are a being of light, and a way to help you form a healthy relationship, be it with money or relationships or any aspect of your life that you feel is currently unhealthy, how you can form a nice relationship with it is to remember that everything stems from love and light, right? Every one of us is a being of light. So if everything stems from love and light, then how can we bring that energy into areas of our life that might not necessarily be the brightest or the lightest? So think about that and then channel that energy and make that little change, and that is going to be really helpful for you, group number threes. With the rose quartz as well, I really think that while you're going through this journey and this process, it can be very, very, very difficult and painful to unlearn things that we've grown up knowing. So Spirit is saying, give yourself grace, give yourself some breaks, give yourself love. Remember to give yourself love as you go through this journey, because it's not going to be like an overnight fix. Well, I think that depends on the progress that you've made, right? Like, I think all of us, since this is a general reading, all of us might be on different tracks of this progress. Maybe some of us is already halfway there, and if you are, then this is just more confirmation for you to keep going. But if you have not even started on this journey, then, you know, this is Spirit telling you to, like, hey, try this out. So no matter where you are, like, it's going to be a process. So just trust the process and go with that flow. All right, and now we are going to go into the tarot cards, and with you guys, group number 3, we are going to look at like the next steps, right? Actions that you can actually take to help you with this process of unlearning and change. So you have the Sun. We'll see how many cards I can fit in, because you guys did have extra cards, so we might not have space for them all. You have 2 of Coins. Let's do 4 for you guys. You have 7 of Cups. So can we do one more? What action? 3 of Cups. All right. Let me move my crystals a little bit. And now we have space. Perfect. Okay, and now we're going to clarify. So please clarify, if you could, Spirit, please clarify the sun. So please clarify the sun. You have the King of Cups. I would say, if you guys were drawn to group number 2, there might be some messages in there that are meant for you as well. To clarify the 2 of coins, you have 9 of wands. Okay. Please clarify the 7 of cups. Spirit, can you please clarify the... Ooh, there we go. You got 2 cards. All right, you got the Hermit and the 4 of Swords. How do I put this? I'm gonna put it like that, and then we can talk about it. Okay, and then can we please clarify the 3 of Cups, Spirit? Please clarify the 3 of Cups. You have the 10 of Wands. Yeah, definitely take a look at the group number 2. If you were, you know, torn between group 2 or group 3, you might have messages in both of them. All right, let me move these back because I pushed them. Okay, so going into your tarot, this is basically like the actionable steps that you can take to help you with this process of unlearning and going with the flow. Bottom of the deck energy, you guys have the Devil. So there really is a strong energy of like unhealthy mindsets, addictions. You know, addiction, when we talk about addiction, you think the normal things like drugs or alcohol, like substances that you might be addicted to, but we could also be addicted to mindsets. So like a mindset or the mentality of like, oh, it's difficult to make money. Oh, my family are not born rich, so I'm not gonna be rich. You know, like these kind of mindset could also be an addiction that our brains are just so used to like accepting. Like you're just so comfortable with this reality that you're accepting that you might find it just so natural to like, that's your comfort zone, right? Like if anything happens, for example, you were trying to get a pay raise and you didn't get a pay raise, and you immediately go to the mindset of like, oh, that's because it's hard to make money, then you're not really gonna think about like strategic ways to see like, okay, how can I make it easy for me to get a pay raise? Like, how can I get this pay raise? How can I ensure that this comes to me easily? Because your default belief is that it's hard to make money. So yeah, of course I'm not gonna get a pay raise because that's easy. Like, you know, so with this overall energy, it really just solidifies the fact that there are unhealthy mindsets and addiction that you guys have around finances that are keeping you stuck and not allowing this prosperity to come through. Right? With the Sun being clarified by the King of Cups, the first step, the first tangible action that you are being asked to do is to practice gratitude, to be grateful and to be happy. That's what I'm getting from the Sun energy, to really put your emotion in it. There's a difference between just talking and saying like, I am grateful to be alive, and actually like feeling that you're grateful to be alive, right? That's a difference between saying things like, oh, I'm grateful for that 20 bucks that I found on the street, and going like, wow, I am so grateful for that 20 bucks that I found on the street. So practice gratitude and put emotions into it. Okay, that is your first step. Next, you are also being encouraged to stay strong. So 9 of Wands is talking about the battles you've been through. You are you've went through a lot and like you're bruised and tattered and torn, but remember that you are a very multi-dimensional, like bigger than life person, that you're able to juggle all these things and responsibilities. I really like this card for the Two of Pentacles because not only is this, what is this, the tanuki? The tanuki, is he a raccoon? Red panda? So I'm gonna say he's a raccoon. Whatever this raccoon is juggling, like he's juggling two pentacles, right? But there's also like, he's also juggling this little rabbit who's juggling 6 pentacles. So it's like, not only are you capable of juggling 2, you're capable of actually juggling 8, you know? Like you're more capable than you think. You're doing all of that while standing on a freaking ball. Like you might feel like a circus act. You might feel like, what am I doing? I don't even know. Like I've been through so much, I'm exhausted. But Spirit is saying like, you have gone through all these hardships and all these things because you are more than capable of learning from them and juggling from them. The moment you have mastered this, first of all, it's no longer going to feel exhausting for you. And second of all, you don't even have to juggle this forever. You know, like once this little tanuki is trained enough, they can teach other people, and then other people can juggle and put on the show for them, and they can just sit and watch. So you're still going through this process of learning to juggle, but believe in your ability that you are more than capable, right? And then with the Seven of Cups, this card is so interesting because this came out in group 2, but I had a completely different message for that. But for you guys, what I'm seeing is that Spirit is saying to dream big. Like don't limit yourself to the reality of what you think you're capable of, because you're capable of more than what you think you can do. This octopus also only has 7 hands, and that is very, very interesting. Didn't the octopus in Finding Dory only have 7 hands? You might want to watch Finding Dory, might be a message in there. But that's also talking about family. So maybe you might have felt like, oh, one of your arm was cut off by the family that you grew up with, and you might feel that your family is like, you know, your crutch or your Achilles heel or your weakness. Like your family is the one holding you back. But what Spirit is saying is that your family and the things that you had to go through from your childhood is the reason why you're here. It is the whole reason why you're this really masterful little raccoon who can do so many amazing things. Like, be grateful for the experiences that you had to go through, right? And then the Seven of Cups with dreaming, so being clarified by the Hermit and the Four of Swords is really, this is something that you have to do alone. So like dream big, take time to meditate and relax and just like be in your own energy and do this inner work. By doing this inner work, like you're gonna break down all the barriers and the walls that you had before. Okay, and then with the Three of Cups and the Ten of Wands, so these two cards, what I'm getting from that is that also remember to celebrate little wins. This journey is not going to be very easy. Like I've mentioned, I think group number 3, like it might be something difficult or something exhausting that you'll have to do, right, on this journey to heal your financial beliefs and financial wound. You're going to have to carry all these burden and all this work in the time being that you're training. So don't forget to celebrate little wins, you know. Once you catch yourself like realizing that you think differently now, celebrate it, be happy for yourself. What I mean by that is that, like, for example, let's use the same example of like money is hard to, it's hard to get money, or it's hard to make money, right? And then let's say you've been doing this inner work for a while and you no longer believe in that. And then maybe your friend just casually says a comment like, oh yeah, that's because it's hard to make money. You immediately internally go like, oh, like that's not true. Like I don't believe in that. I don't subscribe to that idea. That makes me uncomfortable because that's not my reality. Like I don't think that's true. You know when like someone tells you a lie and you immediately like cringe because you know it's a lie and you're like, that's not true. Like that's the kind of feeling that you're gonna get with the unhealthy financial mindsets that you're having right now. So when you have those kind of moments, catch yourself and be like, oh wow, like I guess I have changed, you know, like celebrate those little wins that you have. Group number 3, I'm actually really excited for you because like, yeah, this is a lot of work and a lot of growth, but you guys are gonna be such a changed person by the end of it all. If you would also be interested, there are also a lot of like financial books that might be helpful in you unlearning all these things. One book that I would definitely recommend is I'm a Badass at Making Money by Jan. I can't remember her last name. I know it's some Italian name, but it's a very popular book. They have it on Audible. Go take a look at it if you like. And now we're gonna end off with your money spells card. So again, you don't have to do these spells, but I just want to see the kind of messages this has. So it says Cauldron Money Magic. To attract more money into your life, fill a pot partially with fresh water and place it on your altar during the new or waxing moon phase. Light a green candle and pour an offering of chamomile and mint tea into the pot. Pray aloud. I call upon you, gods and goddesses of old. Please come and fill my pot with gold. With harm to none and blessing to thee, I honor you for bringing me health and prosperity. I think I've gotten this card before. That's very interesting. Afterward, pour the water into the garden and imbue your home with the cauldron money magic. So you can try this out if you like. But what I'm getting from this card is also the fact that it's centered around the hearth and the home. So I really do think that like going through your family's belief and the way that you were raised is going to be very crucial for you, group number 3. Not only that, with the change that you have made for yourself, you're going to start creating a legacy, not only for you, but for future generations to come. You're going to be the first person in your family that has a completely different set of beliefs around money, and that is going to be the belief that your future generations are going to go by. They're going to see you as the example. I'm getting chills because like this is such powerful energy, and you have no idea, group number 3, the kind of light being you are. Like you have so much potential, and yeah, with honor and respect will come to you. Like you're going to be an amazing and influential person in your family and possibly in like society. So believe in yourself, and after you get through this journey, that is when the abundance is going to just start flowing in, and it won't even stop. Like the boat, like it just wouldn't ever stop. It'll keep flowing, you know, with she who flows. That's what I'm seeing, group number 3. That is so amazing. Thank you so much for letting me do this reading for you. You guys have such an amazing energy, you have no idea. And thank you so much to your spirit guides for letting me tap into your energy and for letting the messages flow through me. And I'm sending you guys lots of love, sending your loved ones, your family, your spiritual team lots of love no matter where they may be. If you like this video or found this helpful, feel free to leave a like. You can also leave a comment or subscribe to my channel if you have not done so. And I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Bye!